Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be about none other than how do we love. Like, do you know how you love? Like, why is it that you love the way you love, and why is it that your love language is what it is? And does it have to do with your childhood? Is what we're going to be talking about today. I did this little quiz about, basically seeing what characteristic traits I have that embody the way I act when it comes to relationships, friendships, or how I treat people. So I thought it would be fun for me to share it with you guys, my results, and also I'm gonna link the quiz in my description box down below so that you guys could also do it, and then you guys can tell me on Instagram, on Instagram, because I'm posting on Instagram too. On Instagram, what your results were, because I had my sister do it and I had my friend do it, and their results, I'm still waiting on my sister's results, but I got my friend's results. I could share her results on Instagram as well if she's comfortable with it, but if not, it's okay. But definitely guys, it showed me things that I didn't even know about myself. Like, of course I knew, like, one of them I knew for sure, like, yeah, that's definitely me. But the other four, I was shocked. I was shell shocked. And then when they gave me the reasonings behind the way I am, the way I am, I was like, oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, because that's definitely me, and it's definitely giving me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go through step by step on what I got, and you guys let me know what you guys got, and I will go into depth in why this could be the reasoning. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into this video. So when I was doing this quiz, I scored, so it's like 1 out of 15 basically, right? So I scored 14.38 out of 15 for pleaser. So my utmost style of love is the pleaser, and I was like, oh, so I'm a people pleaser. And I wasn't surprised about that one for sure, because my sister and I and my friends have been discussing how I often tend to be a people pleaser. Like, I always want to make people happy, and I always want to, like, say yes. I don't know how to say no, and because of that, it's led me to a lot of dark paths. It's put me in predicaments that I would never want to be in, and it made me be in like situations where I was very uncomfortable. I was being abused, neglected. So, and later on in the video, you guys will see that. So one of my other ones also talks about that as well. So because of that, it all has to do with my childhood and how accomplishments was like everything, and keeping my mother happy was everything to me. If she was happy, there wouldn't be any fights in the house. I was the peacemaker of the home in my house. Like, growing up, I was in my mom's house. I was the peacemaker, and then growing up at my dad's house, my stepmom would make lies about me, so my dad could come and beat me up. But I had to defend myself constantly. I was never it was like my environment was very unpredictable, both with my father and my mother. So I never knew what was going to happen, and I always had to stay out on a lookout to make sure that nothing too bad happened. That I wasn't surprised about for sure. I was not surprised that. Then my number one was the pleaser, because that's literally what we discovered. Like, my sister and I, we literally figured out, like, that is me. Like, I like to give, and I find pleasure in making others happy. It brings me joy. Like, if I'm in a relationship, seeing my partner happy makes me happy, even if I'm not happy. Like, it was like that. I would do things that I didn't want to do because my partner wanted it. Like, that's not how it should be. It should be, 50-50 in relationships, right? So to me, that was really like an eye-opener. As more it goes in depth. The site does go into depth, like, exactly why you are the way you are and why they think you're a pleaser. And when I read every single thing, I was like, oh yeah, that is 100% true about me. Like, that's 100% true about me. So let's move on to our second one, because that was number one was pleaser. I am the pleaser. Number two, I got validator. I'm gonna put it right here, validator. And that one is, the definition for that is one who approaches each relationship with an ideal in mind instead of looking at things realistically. So that means like you already have an idea of how a relationship's gonna go, or how it could go, before you even get into the relationship. Like you already have an idea of the person before you actually get to know the person. Like you fall in love with the idea of something, but not actually like the real thing. Like I remember, for example, I fell in love with an idea of being with a guy who was outside of my culture and also converted to Islam for me. I thought that was beautiful. So I fell in love with that. And then later on I found out that he only did it because to please my family, but he didn't really believe in Islam. So that's something that I'm not gonna take lightly in the near future. If I do meet with someone that's not part of my religion, I'm not gonna just be with them because they say they're gonna do it. I want to see actual proof. You know, I want them to have actual experience doing these things before they just lie to me. So that was one of the things I knew for sure. Like I'm like, oh my god, that's so true. And they said the reason why this person is the way they are is because they reenact situations, or they fantasize about situations they've seen in movies, they read in books, shows, magazines. Like they want that life, that fairy tale life. So they fantasize about that a lot, and they think that life is gonna be like that, but that's not the reality. They're always living in La La Land. I used to joke about living in La La Land all the time. I'm like, I'm always in La La Land, yeah. I'm never in reality. I was joking, but I was so serious. People thought I was joking, but I was so serious because I genuinely am always in La La Land. I'm never in reality zone. I'm never in the real time. You know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking about the positivity of life and how things could be for me, but not how things really are. I escaped my reality by reading books when I was little. That's something they said in the article, in the quiz, when I clicked on this one, they showed me, they literally said, this is why, because you didn't get any attention you were always neglected as a child. You didn't get any attention, you didn't get any love, nothing. Like there's no affection, nothing given to you. So a child that was around in that kind of environment usually would hide away and just be in a little corner and reading books. So that's when they fell in love with the ideas of the fairy tale world and not the real world, so they can escape their reality. And then when things don't go their way, like how they envision the relationship to go, the friendship to go, the job to go, or whatever it may be that they were envisioning a certain way for it to be, but it doesn't happen, they instantly enter anger mode. They go into rage mode. Like their instant reaction is like they're upset. So it's like their parents never had time for them. You know what I'm saying? That child, their parents never had time for them. Their parents was always gone, they're always leaving, they were never around. And I feel like that number one was my mother. That number one had to do with my mother. But number two, this valid terror, definitely my father, because he was never around. Even when I lived with him, he was always traveling and never around. I was always my stepmom, so I was always in my room, hiding, reading books and stuff, and drawing and stuff. And I would be in La La Land all the time because I would escape my reality, because my stepmother was very abusive mentally and physically. Not to bash her or anything, but that's just the fact, honest to God truth, the factual truth. And I had to heal from it in order to succeed in life. It's just the truth. She was very abusive mentally and physically growing up. I still remember things she said to me. I'm not gonna speak on that right now because it's the past. I've forgiven her. I'm moving on my life. But for sure, the validator is definitely my father. I feel like that trauma was definitely from my dad. They said that type of person usually grows resentment towards the person if they don't be the way they wanted them to be. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense. I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it. So yeah, and for me, I feel like for me to work on that is really important, because I don't want my next relationship to go terribly as the ones in the past did, because the fact that I haven't healed from these things, these personalities, because there's 5 of them. The validator and the people pleasers, the only 2 that we've gotten through right now. There's more. There's 3 more that we have to go through, and I'm gonna speak on each one real quick, and then I'm gonna speak on all of them all together. How I'm going to overcome these issues. What am I going to do to get better at it? And what am I going to do to fix these traumas that caused me to be the way I am right now, that caused me to be someone who refuses to live in reality. Like it's not good, it's not healthy, you know. So I definitely I'm gonna talk about it. Now let's move on to the next one. The next one is controller. Okay, the controller is, I've been told that I'm a control freak. Okay, I've never been a control freak in a relationship per se, like a dating relationship. It says you feel the need to control all of life, be the one pulling the strings in situations and people and environments. This is so true. I might have not been a controller in a relationship, but I was definitely a controller in my environment, in my life. Like, I wanted to always have control over everything. And that's because, like I said, the controller, that has to do with my father. I feel like that one is my father, because I never had control over my life. Everything was so unpredictable. Everything was just happening everywhere. You know, everything was everywhere. And I literally, like, I would be here one day and the next day I'm over here. I just didn't know what was happening. Same thing with my mother. One minute we live in Syracuse, and then, like, literally in 2013, I remember my mom was like, I think I went to school and I was having fun with my friends. I was finally getting a hang of people, and I had a little clique of friends, you know what I'm saying? And I was happy. And I come home and my mother's like, I come home, my house is like the couches are gone, the TV is gone, everything's gone. I'm like, are you ordering new things? She's like, no, we're leaving tomorrow morning to Omaha. What? She said, yeah, we're moving tomorrow. We're going on our flight leaves at 6 in the morning. Like, it was like that. It was literally like that. Growing up, that's all it was. Like, we would be going from state to state to state to state to state every time. We were always moving. Because whenever things went bad, my mom, the first thing she knew was when it came to fight or flight, she always She left. So because things were never under control, I always feel the need. I need to control my life. I had to have control over my life. I had to have to grasp control over my life. So that is why I am the way I am. My father too. One minute we're here, and the next minute we're not there. And just like, sometimes he was there in my life, sometimes he wasn't there in my life. Like, he would be gone for 3 years and then come back out of nowhere like nothing happened. It was I couldn't trust it. I couldn't trust it. That's why I don't trust people, because it's like, people will say they'll do something for you, but they won't do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a hard time trusting people, and I feel like that also goes into my relationships as well, because I have a hard time believing that my partner will not leave me one day. That my friend will not stop being my friend one day. I leave before you can leave me. That's just it. I will leave you before you leave me. You're not gonna hurt me. Period. Fuck. Like, and I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Like, I'm laughing because I'm like hurt. You know, I'm hurt. I was literally like, when I read through these things, I was like, oh my God, fuck my parents. I love them, but fuck my parents. But they fucked me up badly, and they didn't realize that. That's the thing about foreign parents. When foreigners have kids, they don't understand the damage they're causing on their kids. You don't understand. Like, to you it's like, oh, we're leaving because we're not safe here, we're not happy here. No. You know what I'm saying? Just the other day, my mother was talking about, let's leave Syracuse. No, we not. Fuck. We're not leaving Syracuse. You're not going to put my siblings through what you put through me. You're not going to make them feel like their life, they don't have a stable home. They don't have a place they can call home. You cannot do that to them. I refuse. You know? Like, you're not going to, no, I refuse. I'm sorry. Like, things get tough. It's okay. We just tough it out. It's okay. But we're not going to leave just because things got hard. That's just stupid to me. I'm not doing that. But, yeah, that definitely showed me a lot. That showed me a lot that, like, I'm a control freak because I had no control of my life growing up. I don't want to get emotional on this shit, so I'm gonna get off real quick and I'm gonna come back and do the other two. All right guys, I'm back. So number 4 is victim. And remember in my other video I was talking about how I don't want to be the victim anymore and I want to be the victor. I wasn't surprised about this one. I was not surprised about this one because the very fact that, like, I mean, this one was the I scored. I forgot to tell you guys what I scored on the other two. So for Valtor, I scored 14 out of 15, And then for control, I could score 13 out of 15. But victim, I scored 10 out of 15. So that was the one I scored the lowest on. And victim, it says, learn to tolerate the intolerable so they lack a sense of self-worth and personhood. When I tell you, this got to me deeply. And then they were talking about how people in that, the avoider and the victim are about the same. They're basically the same. They both come from dysfunctional families where the parent was neglective and either was using substance abuse or mental illness, or there was some type of sexual mistreatment towards a child. That one's for victim. But the victim one is definitely true. I was molested multiple times as a child. Trigger warning. When I was little, I think 6 or 7 years old, I was with my cousins and my half siblings, and one thing led to another. We were playing house and I got sexually assaulted. Not hard, but you know, it was the point where they put mustard on my private part. Yeah, so that happened. I'm past that now. And then when 6 years later, I got molested again by my stepdad. Yeah, that happened. So yeah, I was physically and mentally abused by my parents, both parents, I'd say. So I wasn't surprised when I seen the victim one, because I've been a victim of abuse. And when I was 19, I got the big R, yeah, by my close friend. That time I was pregnant with my twins. My partner was in jail, and I had my friend come over because I thought we were friends, you know, from high school. I had him come over to hang out with me and have a good vibes. I fell asleep, woke up to, you know, him doing his thing. So yeah, when I seen that those type of kids are more likely to be victims of such abuse, I was not surprised, because that's exactly what happened to me. And I tolerated the intolerable. Literally, I was abused in my relationships. My 2 serious relationships, I was abused physically and mentally. That's why I don't have guy friends like that. I only have 2 guy friends, Tyler and Shaq. Those are the only 2 guy friends I have, because I trust them. Ty Bear, he's my best friend of 10 years, so I trust him, you know. And my friend Shaq of 2 years, I trust him. So they're the only 2 men in my life that I am comfortable with being friends with and comfortable with having around me, and know nothing's gonna happen unless I, you know, but I would never, because they're my friends. So yeah, this got dark. Yo, this got dark, didn't it? Yo, whoa, okay, yeah, that just happened. Cool beans, yeah, anyways, let's continue. So when they said that this type of person is more likely to, you know, endure those type of things, I wasn't surprised, because that's literally how I am. It's not that, it didn't say I have a victim mindset. That's what I was thinking when I saw a victim. I was like, oh, I have a victim mindset, cool. No, it's like you are the victim. You literally are more likely to be a victim of such activities, and being neglected, feeling like you're not enough, you're not lovable, and just like, and then later on in your relationships, you are more likely to be in relationships that have to do with abuse and neglect, because you experience that in your life, because you experience that growing up. So since you're comfortable with that, and you've been with narcissistic people and stuff like that, you're able to attract people who are like that, narcissistic men, and are able to tolerate, and you react the way you would react with your parents. Like how if your parents verbally shouted at you, to avoid conflict, you would do everything you can to prevent the abuser, aka the controller, from reacting, from getting mad. So you would, it's like walking on eggshells with your partner, basically. And that's literally how it was for me when I was with my partners, my 2 exes. Like that's literally how it was. I was like scared for my life. I was scared to upset them. Any little thing I did would upset them, which meant I wouldn't get my ass beat. I get punched in the face. A belt, the hard part of the belt used to hit my eye. I was literally walking around Walmart with a black eye. Everyone was looking at me like, and I was like, oh, I failed. It's not funny. It's not funny. But like I said in multiple videos, I love my trauma. So I attracted that and I tolerated that because that's what I got. Like I would literally have a bruised back because I was beaten up so bad that I would go to school with like, my arms would be all bruised up and I would wear long sleeve shirts to cover up my bruises. It was that bad. I mean, you know, like anything was a weapon. I mean, my Barbie dolls, my shoes. Sorry, my nipples are itching. My shoes, a belt, my charger cord, like TV cords, anything was considered a weapon. So I never felt safe. Ever. That got dark. Yeah. This video is a bit dark. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But like, I really want you guys to do this quiz because I feel like it's helping me a lot. It's helping me realize a lot of things that I never knew about myself and why I am the way I am. And I never knew, and I always wanted to know, and now I do. Now I do. I know now why I act the way I do. I know now why I am so like distant to people. I know now why whenever I feel like something is gonna go bad, I push away. I stay away. I push people away because I'm afraid of getting hurt. I am afraid of the unthinkable, the unbearable, all of it. I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid 24/7. I am scared 24/7 because I was scared 24/7 when I was a little kid. And when I was reading through all these things, we still have one more to go, but when I was reading through all these things, you know, all I thought about is how I want to hug the younger me and literally apologize because she didn't deserve that. All she wanted was love and she didn't get that. All she wanted was to be hugged. Oh my God, you got an A on your test. I'm so proud of you. No, it was, oh, you always get A's on your grades anyways, whatever, that's nothing new. Okay. Yeah. On to the next one. Last but not least, y'all, I had to take a moment for a second for myself to cool down. I was getting real mad, and I can't be too mad now, y'all. It's life. You know what I'm saying? I don't have money to go see a therapist to fix me, but I sure do have internet access to evaluate myself, such as this quiz, which it's not sponsored, y'all, but I'm just saying it helped me. Soon as I saw it, I'm gonna actually put right here the girl's YouTube that I found it from. You guys should know her. Her name is unique something, but I'm gonna put it right here. She said in her video, she did it might help people, and I was like, you're right, it helped me. Now I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna also put the link in my description so that you guys can help yourselves, because not everybody has money, and in this economy we don't have money for no damn therapist, and better health is not it either. I'm gonna be honest, because I tried them links and people were like, oh, get 50% off on your first. That's not true. It's still $100 bitch. Do I have $100 to pay better health therapists to get seen. I don't fucking have that, my nigga. What the fuck? I don't have that shit. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna find other ways. And God gonna always bring you. God brought that video to me. I was literally just watching 24 Hours of a Newborn. That's literally how I got this video. Or another day as a mom vlog, basically. And it was literally just her being a mom. And I love watching videos like that because it inspires me to be a mom one day, you know? So, and I like taking notes to prepare myself when I do become a mom one day. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I need to do. What I need to look out for. Type shit, you know what I'm saying? Type thing. So, but God knew I needed that quiz. God knew that I needed to see this quiz, do this quiz, and see why I am the way I am, so I can fix myself. So when he brings me that beautiful man into my life, when he brings that man into my life, I am healed with God's glory, and I'm ready to take him in with full hands, stretching my arms out, ready to give him a hug and a kiss, so that I am healed. That I am not damaged goods, but I am golden goods, freshly new brought goods, undetected goods, rare goods. Okay? That's what I want, and that's why I'm working on myself, so that next year when I do get into a new relationship and when I do meet this man that God's gonna send my way, I'm ready. That's why I'm working on myself. That's why I'm single for 3 years now, going on 3 years. Okay? For a reason. Because God don't think I'm ready right now, but I'm almost there. And doing this is a part of soul searching. This is soul searching. Next step, I need to know what I want in a partner. Because you ask me, what's your ideal man? I don't fucking know. I just know he spoils me, pays my bills, and loves on me and is not a cheater. But those aren't personality traits. So, I'm soul searching. The last but not least is avoider. And this person comes from homes that value performance, responsibility, independence, and self-reliance, and discourage the expression of feelings or needs of others. That is so true. Their reasoning behind this one was that people from this type of home environment tend to have a parent that's neglective in a way of their emotional needs, and their parents don't want nothing to do with them, and they're always they have to literally rely on themselves and be independent, take care of themselves, because they're so neglected and ignored. And I was the older one. I was the oldest one, and this one for sure, the avoider. I feel like it's for sure my mother, 100%, because I had to do everything myself. I was not even looked at. I was the oldest. You're a big girl, you can do it yourself type vibes. My siblings had me for math, English, science, homework. They had someone to help. I had nobody. So I literally had to watch teachers. I would be in panic mode, repeating what the teacher is saying in my head, writing down my notes, and then saving every notes book I collected that year, and then handing it to my siblings when they were in that grade level. Literally, ask my sisters. Literally. Remember? So, do you still have your notebook from 8th grade? Yes. I had nobody. So I had to do it all myself. I had nobody. And it sucked. It really sucked, guys. But maybe the person I am today, I could be in the most shitty as fuck situation, but I'm gonna get myself out. Yeah. Okay. But that's not good. But also the negative part of that, there's the positive where I can do things myself, yeah, but there's also a negative part of that where it says discourage the expression of feelings or needs of others. I feel like when it comes to other people's feelings, I'm very neglected. Hey. We're all growing humans, okay? I'm a growing girl. I'm still young. You know, I still have time to learn. I'm a growing girl. Do not judge me. Because when you take that test, you're going to see what happens to you too. So I'm not going to judge you. Don't judge me. Alright, cool. Alright, let's get into it now. So I feel like I find people annoying. I find others very much annoying. I find them annoying. Like, it's like, stop being a pussy about it. Just handle it. Handle your business. Someone is crying in front of me. I'm like, I don't know how to comfort them. This is me. Because no one comforted me. They say they treat others the way they were treated as a kid. So if you're crying and your mom tells you, stop crying! Crying's for the weak. Why are you sad? Why are you crying? I have more reasons. You have no reasons to cry. I have more reasons. I've been through more worse than you have. Like, I remember one time I came home because I was sad, right? And I got a B plus instead of an A plus on a test. I was very sad. I was very disappointed in myself. So I came in looking sad. My mom, why are you looking like that? I'm like, man, Mom, I just got a B plus on my math test and I wanted an A. She's like, really? Over a grade? Over a grade, you look like that. I have more reasons to be sad. Change your face. You should be happy. You have a roof over your head. You have food. It's just a stupid grade. At least you're not failing. I'm okay. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Okay. I guess. Cool beans. So I was like, okay. And I would just go to my room, cry in the corner. And then she heard me crying. She'll come in and she'll like, you're still crying? I will give you a reason to cry. Yeah. So that's why I don't know how to make other people feel better. I don't know how to do it because I didn't get that as a child. And they were talking about how you don't put yourself in other people's shoes. And I'm like, I do, but I really don't. It depends on who it is. Like, if I care about the subject or what you're talking about, I'll put myself in your shoes. If I don't care what you're talking about, or if I'm not in the mood to even care, or even pretend to care, I won't. I just don't give a fuck. Like, cool beans. You got broken up with, cool. Tough it up, it happens. It's like that's literally how I react, and that's terrible. I am imitating how I was treated. And one day I'm gonna be a mother. I didn't want to treat my child like that, so I have to fix it now. Now's the time. But yeah, y'all, that taught me a lot. And when I realized that I am the way, I was laughing the whole time I was reading these because I'm like, yo, this motherfucker nailed me to the T. To the T. To the fucking T. Everything. The voucher. Yes. Because I watched a lot of romantic movies growing up and rom-coms, and I was really into like falling in love. I read a lot of Jennifer Estep, you know, the author of the Frost series. I read that, and I read teen drama, and like I watched a lot of Disney princess movies. Like things like that really did shape the way I am today. So like it makes sense to me because I'm definitely a voucher. I'm definitely a controller. I'm definitely a victim. You know, I'm definitely an avoider. I avoid conflict. I don't like conflict. Anything that has to do with like confrontation, I'm like, nah, homie. Anytime I feel like someone is gonna leave me or abandon me, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna leave before you leave me. Like, it's a constant fear. You know what I'm saying? So I was definitely not surprised when I got these results, and it's just sad. It's sad to accept that this is who I am. And I'm not a horrible person. Like, I'm not a terrible person, but it's like I react the way I do, somewhat cold-heartedly, because of what I've been through, and it's not okay. I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to latch out on people. I don't want to make my child or my friend or a sibling feel like their feelings aren't valid. Because I've done it with my sisters. You know, they're your sibling, your younger sibling, your practice child. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but that's true. As an older sibling, they're your practice kids. So, like, for example, like, I don't know what it was. It was like my sister, one of my siblings. She was talking about how she had a crush on a boy at school, and she thought he liked her, and he like made fun of her hijab. I was like, girl, if you don't just punch him and walk away. Why does it have to go with violence? She's like, but I can't do that. I'm at school. And I'm like, punch him in the face and walk away. That's what I would do. But then I came back an hour later. I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I told her, move on from him, and, you know, there's better boys in the world. There's better guys that you can talk to. You know what I'm saying? There's someone out there for you. He's just not the one for you. That was the more calm, relaxed, mature response. That first one, punch him in the face. Like, who are you? What is wrong with you? This is a 10-year-old. What is wrong with you? Are you okay? Like, like the fuck? That was my first reaction. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like so impulsive. And that's something I always know about myself is that I'm very impulsive. I'm an impulsive shopper. I block so quickly. I don't even give the person a chance to explain themselves. I block quickly. That's my favorite thing to do is block. The block button is my favorite thing to do. Sometimes it's very much needed. Yes. Sometimes it's a little too much. Like, girl, relax. Calm down. I get very, like, angry. And when I'm mad, I shout. I snap at people. My sister even told me, like, the one that's 21. Well, she'll be 21. She's 20. She even told me, she was like, girl, people can tell me mad. You can't even hide it. Your face shows it all. Like, you get all pink and shit. And when they're talking to you, snap at them. And it's not, I'd be asking you a simple question, but you had a bad day or something. You'll snap at me. And I'm like, oh my God, that's really how I am? She's like, yeah. I be snapping. Like a snapping turtle. Just snap. Like, get therapy, bitch. So, yeah, that's why I've been working on myself, because that's not good. Like, I've been doing it with my siblings, and I don't want to do it with my future offsprings. Like, I've gotten better. I remember one time, my little 8-year-old sister, well, she's 9 now. She'll be 10 this year. I remember she was, I don't know what it was, but she was like, she was talking to me about something, but then I wasn't in the mood. So I was like, I can't stand you guys. Y'all be stressing me out. Oh my God. Ah! That's literally what I said. I literally did that. I'm not proud of it. I am not proud of it. I literally did that. And now my sister a month later tells me, whenever I talk to our younger sister who's 9, she always jumps because she's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't even upset you, I didn't even stress you out, because you shouted at her that one time. I was like, I'd be forgetting that they're babies. You can't be doing that, because I don't know any better. You know, I don't know any better because my mother did it with me, so now I'm doing it with them. It's not okay. And I don't want that. And I literally instantly that same day, I got in my fucking car. I drove to my mama's house. I was like, why are you here? I'm like, I need to talk to her. To who? I need to talk to BA. I went to that little girl and I said, I was crying. I said, I am so sorry that I did that to you. I am so sorry. It will never happen again. And I never did. I told her, you don't need to be scared of us. You can tell me anything. I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm so sorry. Like, I should have never done that to you. I'm so sorry. Like, I feel so terrible. I feel like I was literally recreating trauma that I had from my mother yelling at me and yelling at her. No. But yeah, y'all should definitely do this quiz. It really helped me open up my eyes, and I've done some other things to help me open my eyes, but this was like the deal breaker for me. Like, oh my God, I need to fix myself. I cannot get into another relationship until I'm fixed. I cannot have kids until I'm fixed. You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, but that's all. I want you guys to go ahead and turn on that notification bell. Ching, 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 ching. Try to go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Be part of my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful babies.